Why does a single name send a quiet tremor through the fight world? Why do analysts raise their eyebrows? Why do fans lean forward? And why do future opponents answer questions about him with careful, measured words, like they're trying not to provoke something waiting in the dark?
I'm most dangerous guy here. I got a coming for everyone. I kill everybody. Allahu Akbar.
What is it about Khamzat Chimaev that makes even the most fearless fighters hesitate? To understand the fear, the mystique, the energy that surrounds his name, you have to go back long before the UFC lights, long before he became the most talked about problem in the division. You have to go back to a place where his story didn't begin with success, but with survival.
Done this the whole time. Anthony Johnson, everybody, I catch the wrist. It's just a wrist ride.
Khamzat Chimaev was born in Chechnya, a region shaped by hardship, resilience, and conflict. For many, life there is a test, one that produces either the toughest people or the broken ones. And Khamzat was never going to be the latter. His childhood wasn't filled with dreams of fame or belts. It was filled with the raw reality of a place where struggle was a daily companion. Wrestling wasn't a pastime, it was a foundation, a discipline, a way out, and a way forward. Imagine a young Khamzat, barefoot on rough wrestling mats, breathing cold air, learning to push through exhaustion long before the world ever knew his name.
When I come to Sweden, I was 19 years old. I started to learn Swedish. I started to wrestle here. I did many times being a freestyle wrestling champion in
He
Sweden.
wasn't being groomed to be a star. He was being shaped to be unstoppable. There's a certain type of fighter who carries their origins into the cage like armor. Khabib had it. Fedor had it. Others before them had it. Khamzat carries that same energy, this aura of a man who's been through more than he says, who fights for reasons deeper than prize money or spotlight. And maybe that's why people fear him. He doesn't feel like he's playing the same game everyone else is playing.
Det har varit från Kumura.se, står här med Khamzat. Det har varit från Kumura.se, står här med Khamzat Chimaev som besegrade Ole Magne via rear naked choke i första ronden.
The beast from the east. Ja, verkligen.
Tredje vinsten, 3-0 i record. Hur känns det, Khamzat?
Det är 2-0. Yeah.
That's a
When he
quiet.
eventually moved to Sweden, he wasn't arriving as a champion, a celebrity, or a prospect. He arrived as an immigrant with nothing but potential and hunger. He worked in a chicken factory. He mopped floors. He did the jobs most people avoid, and he trained like someone possessed. Picture the routine. Long work hours, then straight to the gym. Grinding late into the night, taking punches, giving them back. Building his identity in a foreign land. Every sweat-drenched training session. Every round he wrestled. Every time he sparred someone bigger and stronger. It all carved him into the man the fight world would soon fear.
It was boxing, sparring. It was water on the mats, just pulled down on my one knee, and he still punched me and take out my gloves, I kick in his ass.
And then, something changed. Something clicked. Coaches saw it. Training partners felt it. This unbelievable pressure, this suffocating strength, this mental fortitude that didn't break under any situation. The small Swedish gyms suddenly had a rumor circulating inside them. There's this Chechen guy. You need to see him. And before long, clips began leaking. Sparring fragments, wrestling sequences, moments where he launched highly skilled fighters around like they were novices. The whispers turned into talk, and the talk turned into curiosity.
Fighters in the MMA division. Gonna smash everybody. Give me champion, 84 kilos, 77 kilos. I'm gonna smash both.
When he made his UFC debut, the curiosity transformed into shock. Curious to find out all the answers? Stick with us until the end. There are some captivating insights and surprises waiting just for you. Don't miss out on the journey. His first fights were not competitive, they were annihilations. He didn't just win, he crushed people, smothered them, overwhelmed them with a pressure so relentless that seasoned fighters looked lost beneath him. Fans watched in disbelief as he absorbed zero damage, while inflicting domination you usually only see in training rooms. And that's when people started asking the question, is this guy real? Is this the next unstoppable force? He would finish one opponent, barely break a sweat, and ask the UFC for another fight immediately. He fought twice in 10 days and took virtually no damage in either fight. That's when everything changed, because dominance is one thing, but dominance combined with eagerness, fearlessness, and an almost terrifying calm, that's something else entirely. Every sport has prodigies, but combat sports rarely see someone who looks like they were engineered to win. Suddenly, analysts were comparing him to legends. Fans began throwing around phrases like future champion and superhuman.
In the world.
Okay, I know Khamzat don't care. He's like a hungry lion, just wanting to let him go in the cage against whoever, doesn't matter.
And then came the footage. Grainy videos, training camps, leaked clips from gyms where champions sharpen their swords. There he was, training with John Jones. Not just drilling, pushing, pulling, wrestling, exchanging techniques with the greatest mixed martial artist to ever do it. People don't fear hype. They fear credibility. And Khamzat's credibility came from everywhere. Fellow fighters admitting his strength, coaches praising his work ethic, footage showing him ragdolling elite training partners, and his ability to compete at both welterweight and middleweight like weight classes were merely suggestions.
He's not Brazilian. That guy is not fucking from Brazil. I am more than Brazilian.
But what makes him truly frightening isn't his power. It isn't even his grappling. It's his mindset. There's a moment right before the cage door closes where Khamzat's face becomes expressionless. No nerves, no hesitation, just this eerie calm. He looks like a man about to accomplish something inevitable. He walks forward the same way every time, like he's already written the ending and is simply acting it out. Fighters talk about the mental game being half the battle. With Khamzat, the mental game feels like he already won before the fight begins. When he says, "I'll smash everyone," it doesn't sound like trash talk.
Yikes.
I'm the most dangerous guy here. I got a coming for everyone. I kill everybody. Allah Akbar.
It sounds like a statement of fact. But here's the interesting part. Fear doesn't only come from destruction. Sometimes fear comes from mystery. And Khamzat is still mysterious. We know he is dangerous, but we don't know where his ceiling is. We don't know how deep his skill set goes. We don't know what he looks like, tired, broken, desperate, because we've never seen it. Every fighter has a moment where their limits become visible. With Khamzat, those limits are still hidden behind an iron curtain. What do you fear more? Something you know you can beat, or something you haven't even seen the full version of? His story is already the stuff of legends.
The only thing I want is the belt in 77. The belt is belong to me.
He isn't just chasing the title, he's chasing legacy. He wants to be remembered alongside names like Khabib, Jones, GSP. And the craziest thing, he truly believes he belongs there. So why is everyone afraid of Khamzat Chimaev? Because he isn't just a fighter, he's a force. He's a storm that arrived early. He's the question no one wants to answer. He's the test no one wants to take. And deep down, the MMA world knows the truth. There are contenders, there are champions, and then there are the ones destined to redefine the sport. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.